Well, howdy there, folks. This is Zero Society Jester. As you see, we are playing Marvel Heroes, and as you see, we are playing Marvel Heroes as the brand new Winter Soldier. In fact, you will notice that we are almost there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've done it once again. In fact, this character was released today. I picked him up at about 3:30 this afternoon. It is now 11:30 at night. I've taken some breaks here and there to get something to eat, do all that stuff, but pretty much 8 hours or less, probably maybe about 6 hours of gameplay. I was running a couple different 50% experience boosts here when I got to about level 45 to 50 and about 55 and up to 60 here. But besides that, just been going through. So let's take a look at what we got here. So I already got this guy. We're setting him up for raiding and starting to min-max him and getting him really configured well. He does really good so far, so I'm really happy with him. See, we got a nice legendary on him. I already got it up to rank 3. I didn't put the legendary on him until I got up to about rank 25 to 30, somewhere in that range, because I thought, well, I'm going to try him for a little bit first, and then once I did try him, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be playing this guy probably for a while, so might as well get him a legendary, start leveling it up as we level our character up. So we're going to be getting him up to level 60 this episode. He, as you can see, we picked up some uniques for him, pretty much uniques across the board there. Got a nice Industry City Siglet there. We only have a level 25 there item for our U-Forged. We'll have to see about upgrading that. A few relics here to give him some extra health and gain some health when he hits an enemy. And he hits a lot of enemies, so that's good. Just some generic artifacts that we've been adding there just to help him out a little bit with his spirit recovery. He is pretty spirit intense. Let's look at his powers, shall we? So I decided to focus in on the firearms section. Interesting kind of combination. He's ranged and also melee. He's got these passive powers, one that helps with bionic powers and one that helps with his ranged powers. And they definitely bump up the powers, because he does a lot of good damage. And so if you choose one, you can't choose the other. So decided to stay away from the bionic combat powers at this point, but I'm sure they're probably pretty good. Maybe build 2 might be bionic. We'll have to see. He's got a really good signature power. It's not uncommon for me to get 1, 2, 3 million brutal shot with that, and hopefully we're going to show you that here. The powers that really focus in on are the suppressing fire. It is really good. It does a lot of damage. In fact, can't quite max it out yet, but we'll get to there. 3-round burst, another power, real nice. Of course, our passive power here, and using some grenades here, and of course a little bit of a knife throw action over here, and our signature power, of course, and of course our passive power there. So here's pretty much our powers that we've been using. A couple points here into, or 1 point into our stealth, which we use to become hidden from the enemy. Haven't tried this one yet. Might be really good. I don't know yet. Have to maybe put a point into that and check it out before we decide on a final build. But let's see him in action. So his main attack is this 3-round burst. It is not a basic, so you'll notice our spirit goes down. Fortunately for us, we have a couple things to mitigate that. Number one, what do we have? Something here that gives him back some spirit when he hits something. Where is it? Well, we restore spirit per second here with our insignia, which is kind of nice. Trying Trying to remember what we actually have here that gives us... Oh, I know. It's a Grim Reaper medallion. Gain 15 spirit when we defeat an enemy. So we can pretty much, with this medallion in there, keep our powers pretty charged here. Does some nice physical damage, some nice brutal damage. Let's look at our stats, actually. First of all, fighting 10, strength of 7, really good. That's his main attributes there, fighting and strength. I think he's ends up with a fighting of 6, so we've only got a couple points in it. And strength, I'm not sure what he ends up in, but pretty good stats for him. Defenses, been running around 10,000 for defenses recently. A little low right now. Not sure why all of a sudden it's kind of low, but we'll have to, maybe because I swapped out some things, I'm not sure. Trying to keep up items that are at the highest level here. And there's a lot of noise going on out here. We're going to have to go show you some action here, folks, because... alright. Well, it looks like we got some other bionic soldiers out here. So, here's his powers. Here is this, suppressing fire. You will notice it will just take out groups of enemies pretty rapidly. Just taking them out left and right here. And, which is really good because we're trying to complete our daily quests many times to get our Odin marks today. And we're doing that pretty good. So here's a little invulnerability we got going on here. We're going to wait for a nice break here. Alright, so then we have this power here, which is called Withering Fire. It does have a cooldown, but see, it actually does a lot of damage. The cool thing with this is when you activate your signature power, it instantly refreshes the cooldown of it. So I can use it, then activate our signature power, and then immediately use it again. So that's pretty cool. So here we are, just running around using our suppressing fire here. We'll take out Spider-Man without any problems here. So throw a knife into him, and then activate our power. Throw a grenade out there. Activate our power again, and you can see Spider-Man is almost dead at this point. And there he goes. And there it is, level 60, just like that. Very nice. We have made it. Yep, in one day. Just a few short hours. And they were kind of flew by, actually. He's a pretty fun character to play, I'll have to say. I'm not going to give any kind of final review or anything. We'll wait for that, obviously, until we get some more play time. Only had about 6-7 hours of play with him so far. Up to this point, he's been a pretty good character. His main thing, is this power right here. We'll look at it here as soon as we kill this guy. Well, we'll activate our signature power. You ready to watch this thing? Here we go. Where is he? There he is. Alright, signature power time. There we go. Whoa, what? Oh my god, that is so crazy. Look at that. That is just insane. Oh my god, I love it. Look how much damage it does. Oh my god. Plus, look how long it lasts. I can actually go to different areas and take on other enemies. And, yeah, that is just so cool. I love that. That is, that's worth the price of admission right there, buddy. Whew. It's awesome. Awesome. Look at these roto strikes just left and right. That's awesome. Even when I don't get a brutal strike, I still kill them. So, we do some serious damage. Let's look at our signature power here. So we're going to toss it out. All the enemies are going to come over, and we're going to do a 1.3 million there damage. That wasn't even a brutal strike. We'll get a nice brutal strike rating for you.
There was something in there.
Nice 2 or 3 million shot here for you. So we're just using our little suppressing fire. Occasionally we'll use our 3-round burst if we're just looking at a single target like that. Does some nice damage. And nice range on it, 670,000 right there. There's a nice shot there as well. See how quick we dispatch these guys pretty quickly. And of course we have our suppression fire. Now we do have our grenade launcher. Nice 225,000. Doesn't even have a cooldown on it, so we can just spam this pretty much as we want. Of course it's spirit intensive, so have to worry about making sure we have enough spirit, but this is another way to take out a few guys, and you see it does pretty good damage, 250,000. Let's find another group of guys we can use our signature. There's a 2.8 million right there for you folks. And as you see, we have not min-maxed this guy very well at this point. I mean, we've done a few things. We've given a legendary item and we've ranked it up a few things, but he doesn't even have a level 50 legendary yet, and he doesn't have very many relics. He doesn't have a lot of the really good stuff at this point. And of course his equipment isn't even maxed out there. So we got level 50, 56, 56, 52, 57. So we got to update this. Then we got to upgrade it to level 56. Then we got to put relics on them. Then, I'm sorry, not relics. What you call them? I forget, whatever they're called. Yeah, we got to put that, and then we got to get them some nice artifacts, get them some nice blessings. We actually have a few items in our stash here that I've been storing, waiting to see who we're going to use them for. We do have another Gem of the Cursed. Have a nice Hand of Doom. We've got some armor, M26 anti-reality grenades. We just picked up Hand of Nimrod yesterday, so we've got a few items that obviously he would very much like to use. In fact, I really like this advanced super soldier serum. The more I see it, the more I like it. It gives some health regen, some nice defense, some spirit and spirit recovery, and also a nice adrenaline boost. So that probably is going to end up staying eventually. I really like that item because we are... See, our health regen is not very good. Most of our health we're getting back is because of this item here, our relics. So every time we hit, we gain 72 health when we hit. Obviously replacing that, maybe keep this, I don't know, we'll have to see. And I do love the invulnerability and the spirit recovery and extra spirit, so I don't know. I love these two items. For some reason, they really, I really hate giving them up. So we'll have to see about whether we keep these or not. As far as our insignia, yeah, we could probably get a new one here. Now that we're level 60, we're going to have lots of choices. We got the new insignia system. So basically all the insignias now, they've added a bunch. They changed them. So they all have like a bonus now. And then they have some extra effects. So you can see this one here is going to deal damage to an enemy. There's a 5% chance to confuse them. Hit with the melee power, gain some range. When we hit with the range, gain some melee. So obviously great for a dual purpose character. Here we got the Insignia Wolverine. When critical hit, you and your allies gain 119 damage rating versus weakened targets, 226 brutal strike rating, and 226 brutal damage rating. That's pretty nice. Plus a nice critical hit rating and a ton of health. Whew. It's a nice level 55 too. Yeah, when you critical hit, you and your allies gain a bunch of good stuff, and we'd also get some nice critical damage rating, which is higher than what we're getting now, and some nice health. We lose some spirit though. I think we're going to make the switch.
Cut you down to size.
We can always switch back. We'll put that down here for now. As far as our pet, we're just using kind of just an okay pet. Nothing too special about him. +2 strength, 1 rank to our range powers, which were pretty much all ranged. In fact, is our knife throw a ranged? Yeah, our knife throw isn't even a ranged power, so pretty much all ranged physical damage. So obviously things that are going to be ranged and physical. Anyways, our stats here, we were looking at them. Health regen, really lacking, and in fact this is probably giving us most of our health regen. Yeah, without this item we would really have no health regen other than our relics. As far as our critical hit rating, we're at about 41% right now. In fact, our range one's at 42%, so 42% chance of crit, which is not bad. When we do crit, we're doing 234% of normal damage, which is not bad. Critical hits have a chance of become a brutal strike 30% of the time, so a little low there. We need to bump that up, obviously, and one of the ways we could do that, obviously, is getting these nice blessings of Gila. If we have 4 of them, that's going to give us an extra 20%. That's going to crank it all the way up to 50%, and that's a pretty good stat, 50%. And of course our brutal strikes deal 458% of normal damage, so huge amount already. We did spend a lot of our Omega system actually getting Sabertooth. It's a kind of an expensive one, but it gives you some really nice brutal strike rating and some brutal damage rating, and of course some health regen. So it's expensive for what it is, but if you want to have big damage numbers, I think you have to spend it. Of course, a little bit of fighting always helps because that gives you some brutal strike rating as well. And then we're kind of flipping through these. Just a point or two here.
I've been trained to keep my position
base physical damage rating.
Seems like that'll come in
some melt the face, which also gives us some brutal damage rating. Very important. And we haven't really delved into getting some guilt suppression research yet. Again, some more brutal strike rating, but we lose spirits, so it's kind of a trade-off there. And that's pretty much, we got our ranged attack, we got our damage versus enemies not targeting us, and a few points in hit with a ranged power. We're going to gain some critical hit rating and some critical damage rating for 5 seconds. So not too bad. So yeah, he does pretty good. So let's see some more action here. So as far as his powers go, before we show you a few more minutes of action here, before that, let's just talk about his powers. One of the things he's got here is the double time, which is basically he sprints around the map and gets from point A to point B really fast. There are a lot of characters out there that are basically crying tonight because they don't have travel powers, and all the new heroes that are coming out do have travel powers. Black Widow, Cyclops, Wolverine, X-23, they are all crying tonight because I can basically get from one end of the map to the other very quickly and hardly cost me any spirit whatsoever. In the meantime, these other characters have to use their lunge power, use a lot of spirit to get there, and they can't go as fast as I can because they don't have a travel power. This is what they're called, travel powers. So unfortunately for them, they need to use their regular dash forward or whatever their power equal power is called. And you can just see the difference. If I roll from one end to the other, you can see how slow it is compared to if I double time. You can see how much faster I go with the double time. And definitely helps you get from one end of the map to the other very quickly, especially when you're playing these maps or if you're going to go on a raid and stuff and you need to be mobile. Unfortunately, not all characters have this, and I really think they need to standardize that so all heroes have a travel power, because the heroes with the travel power have an advantage. I can get to areas and make sure that I am getting, you know, I'm going to get a chest, a reward chest for completing this objective, because I can run from one side of the map to the other in time to finish, you know, part of the quest. You can see I went from one side all the way to the very other side. And it only took me, you know, very short amount of time. Not only that, but I can actually go stealth and run, and go stealth and run, and go stealth and run, and go stealth and run. And this is really making Black Widow cry, because she can go stealth, but she can't run. She is very, 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 very slow. And it's kind of wonderful. You know, we just did a review on her not too long ago, and kind of the one thing I talked about is the fact that she's very slow. She's got the nice stealth, but because she can't get around very fast, stealth is only good so far, and you got to be able to maneuver and get around. Especially, you know, they're going to be coming out with new raids.
Forget about the mission.
And I think it's going to be more and more important. Here's our signature again. Bam! 2.8 million again. Did you see that? 2.8 million. Nice. We didn't see anybody get up from that. Whole bunch of brutal strikes over there. We've got some nice attacks going on here. And nice cooldown. Only 20 seconds. We're going to be able to activate this again. Come on over here. Ready? Here we go. There was a 2.5 million right over there. So we're pretty consistently getting 2.5, 2 to 3 million on that power. And you can see if I get a whole group of enemies here, which I will get here in just a few seconds, we are going to have, hopefully I can do this stealth, 1.9 on about 4 or 5 of them, it looked like. Quite a few. Not quite 2, but 1.9 million, I will certainly take that any day of the week. We talked about some of the arrows we've done reviews on, and just the fact that they can't get the power damage, no matter what you do, really makes them second tier. I have a feeling that this character here is going to be one of the higher tier ones, just because he can do a lot of damage. You can see we're just ripping people apart. And when I go into stealth mode and they can't target me and they don't know I'm there, we're going to get some awesome shots. Here we go. That was just a 1.2 regular critical hit, not even a brutal strike there. Let's see if we can get another good shot for you here.
One way or another.
See how quickly we do damage here. Alright, so 2 seconds, 1 second. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's another just regular critical hits, unfortunately. It's alright, we'll just keep taking them out. You see how many people, the more enemies there are here, the more damage I can do. So we're just going to try and find us a nice section of enemies. Here's oh my gosh, here's a great one. 2.3, there were so many I couldn't read them all as fast as that. There was at least a 2.3 million that I saw, and probably a couple more that I couldn't read in time. There was just so many of them. That is just incredibly good. And the fact that we can do this again so quickly, bam, 3.1 million. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I keep forgetting to actually bump up my power. We should do that first, is throw the knife and then do our power and see how much damage we can do. We're going to try that next once we take care of this group of enemies. Pretty easy there, right? Alright, so here we're going to throw a knife, which is going to give us a bonus, and then we'll toss it out. Oh, that was only 1 million. That was even worse. What? Come on now. Try that again here and see if we can get a nice big damage amount for you guys. Alright. Let's go see if we can do it on Rhino in here. No, we killed him too quick. Oh, maybe somebody else is in there already killing him, but let's try it again here. See if we can find us a nice group of enemies here. There's usually a big group over here. Alright, so we gotta throw our knife there. Oh, we gotta hit with our knife first. So let's throw our knife again. There we go. Now we'll toss it down. And unfortunately, all the enemies are killed. Alright, well, we gotta find an area without. And there we go. Go stealth. We'll throw a knife, then we'll go stealth. Alright, we've got 8 seconds, then we'll toss this out. Hurry up. There's a 3.8 or 3.0. I couldn't see, there was just so many numbers on the screen. But we got over 3 million there. Pretty easy, pretty quickly. We haven't, like I said, we really haven't min-maxed this guy too well yet. He doesn't even have any special artifacts or special items. We don't even have our, like I mentioned, we don't even have our equipment upgraded at this point. Alright, so we're going to throw our knife. No, we got to hit with our knife. Hang on a minute. Alright, hit with our knife. And then toss it out. Yeah, 1.8 million. But you can see pretty consistently lots of damage. 2 million without even trying. And I'm sure we'll pick that up. Once we get some better stats in here, get some equipment upgraded, get some better artifacts in here, get them a better U-forged item, really start to min-max him, he is going to be a beast. Alright, so we're going to throw our knife. Alright, now we're going to go stealth, and now we're going to toss it out. And we didn't even get a critical hit.
Steve wouldn't waste his time breaking everything in the room.
And we haven't really min-maxed our powers either. One thing we haven't talked about is the fact that, you know, the first character build, you're always trying new powers and stuff. So, okay, here we go. Let's take out Spider-Man with our special power here. Alright, throw a knife. There you go. Now throw it on the ground. 1.8 million. Almost killed him in one shot. That would have been nice. I don't have any problems fighting these bosses. Really none. Alright, throw a knife. Throw a knife. There, 2.5 million. Jeez, I'm not even using the best powers. Haven't quite worked out all the key combos that I need to work out yet. But let's see here. Let's go stealth. We gotta throw our knife, get the bonus. Throw this out. And I forgot to go stealthy first. See? Oh well.
There's still plenty of war left to fight.
And he's just mowing people down. Just awesome. Just awesome. Alright, let's see if I can do this right. One more time here. So I want to go stealthy. I want to throw my knife. No, I want to hit somebody with the knife. Then I want to go stealthy. Then I want to toss this out. 2 million and a 1.8 million. Not too bad. Alright, well, let's look at our powers one last time before we say goodnight here. Head back to base so we're not being swarmed as we're doing this. Yeah, so obviously stealthy, very cool. What that really, the stealth lets you do is any items or anything that gives you a bonus for the ability of attacking someone that's not targeting you. And I think we got a couple items in here to talk about. Here's a stealth power, gained 432 damage rating versus unaware targets. So that's cool. Plus you also gain some spirit regen. So we go stealthy, gain some spirit regen as long as we don't attack. Once we do attack, then we're going to get a bonus of 432 damage rating. Here we go. When you land a brutal strike, you gain 224 damage versus vulnerable targets. So obviously, we want powers that make them vulnerable. Now, I know there's a couple of them out here. Which ones are they? Just looking through our things here. Here's a plus 10% damage, critical hit chance, and brutal strike chance per consecutive shot. Oh, I didn't even read that. So the more 3-round bursts you use in a row, the more damage it's going to do, the more critical hit chance, and the more brutal strike chance. Yes, please. That sounds really good. Where's the... This one weakens them. Trying to remember which one makes them vulnerable. I know there's one or two in here that do that. Cooldown reserves try 5 seconds, and activation instantly refreshes the cooldown of Withering Fire and Unseen Death. So this power and this power. And of course, if you have the Bionics, it gives you an extra 20% damage from brutal combat powers for 6 seconds. So if you were using this tree and you activated this, all your powers get bumped up for 6 seconds. So that's pretty cool. He's got a lot of cool, neat things, and does pretty good damage, as you can see. He's a pretty fun character to play, and we'll definitely have a review of him later on, but I wanted to at least introduce him to everybody out there and let you see what he's got going on, and kind of see how he plays, and give you my general overview of what is going on for the last 7 hours. So we've hit level 60 in about 7 hours today, and it's been a lot of fun, actually. So pretty happy with him, glad we got him, and we will continue to enjoy him. So be sure to watch for some more Winter Soldier videos to come, and until the next time, take care.